What's up, YouTube? What's up, y'all? So, in this video, I got a lot to talk about. This video is called Ghost in the Shell. I'm basically doing a Ghost in the Shell breakdown. I can't show any videos or anything, but I do have my notes right here, so I'm gonna be taking a look at these. I'm gonna be breaking down Ghost in the Shell movie and the Trans-humanism New Age movement deception. So, yeah, so let's just jump right into it. So you got 2012, there was a pole shift. The Mayans said that it would be the end of the world due to their 2012 calendar, but it wasn't the end of the world, as in destruction. And I don't know if some of y'all seen the movie. I did. It was one of my favorite movies back then. But the world had got destroyed in that movie. The world had got destroyed. And you know what I'm saying? It was earthquakes and volcanoes and all type of natural disasters, right? It wasn't that in 2012 there was a major pole shift or polarity shift between the male and the female genders, specifically with their roles, you feel me? They putting fluoride in the water. It's throwing off your pH balances, for the females. It's throwing off your testosterone levels. It's all type of wicked stuff they doing. The beast is doing, you know what I'm saying? He putting out all his tricks and his bags just so he can get his agenda accelerated, you know what I'm saying? So what does that have anything to do with Ghost in the Shell? Well, I'm gonna get to that. So you got 2012, you got the polarity shift. You can start seeing a lot more 666 action. Let me hold up. Excuse me. What you doing, yo? Appreciate it. Okay, yeah. So 2012, you got that gender role shift, and you start to see a lot of things in the media. Like you got people like Megan Thee Stallion, you got people like Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Who kind of distorting the roles of what's supposed to be going on. You know what I'm saying? They are just those extra masculine type females, or those females that, you know what I'm saying, they shifting the role or perspective of what a female is and what they supposed to do. Some of y'all may agree with me, some of y'all may not, but that's my observation. That's just what it is. So the original Ghost in the Shell movie, I think it was like a comic book or like some type of animated film. That was back in like 1996. So you just see how far back this type of programming goes, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a sci-fi movie. For those of y'all who don't know what Ghost in the Shell is basically a movie about this female, and her name is Major. And basically Major is, I think she was like some type of black ops type operative, something like that. She was like a ninja or something. And what she did was she was the first human being to become an android, meaning that she, excuse me, trying to get this to stay like this. She was the first human being to basically merge her consciousness into an android or avatar body. Now, this goes so deep with the whole transhumanism agendas, because they don't want you to be human. That's just it. Like, that's it. This about to be the last time I fix this. There we go. They don't want you to be human. They want to alter your genes. They want to knock you off of your divinity. They want to take you away from being human. And they call it transhuman, like it's supposed to be transcending being human. Like that's better. but it's not, you know what I'm saying? And for those of y'all who want to do that and always thought that type of stuff was cool, y'all can experience that timeline. And if you want to know what that looked like, go watch the movie. But for those of us who just want to stay on the natural path, it's the best way I can say it. For those of us who want to stay on the natural path, we are being attracted towards that new earth. It's a lot of people going around saying new earth. Basically, it's like a new way. It's like the natural way of living. You feel me? It's us getting back to our natural selves. I'm just leave it at that. That's not what this video about. All right, so she wanted to be. She was a android inside of a human's body, meaning that she transferred her consciousness into an avatar. She transferred her consciousness into a cybernetic android type body. They got a game like that out now. It's called Cyberpunk. I'm actually really excited about it. I'm not gonna lie, because I want to see a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Easter eggs or a lot of messages that they put into that game. But y'all go check that out too. This ain't no sponsorship or nothing like that. I just really like video games like that. So this new human agenda is also backed by the LBGTQ blase agenda. You feel me? It's that new trans agenda, and it's no disrespect to people who like that. That's not what, you know what I'm saying? That's not my personal preference. But the whole point of what I mean by that is, with the LGBTQ agenda and the whole Planned Parenthood agenda, they want to get it into your head like this whole new age movement is a deception. In a way, you gotta have discernment, because they want you to get comfortable with not being human. You feel me? Once you get comfortable and you tell people and you encouraging and you're putting in systems in place where people are okay, they like, okay, you feel me? I'm not a man. I wasn't born a man. I'm gonna be a female. You know what I'm saying? Now you done switch your gender. That's that gender role, that pole shift I was talking about. Now people get more comfortable in a sense, and now they're more open. They're more willing to question the boundaries of, I guess, what it means to be human. And now that goes into another thing, is that it's not so much that, oh, it's my body, you can do anything. And that's true, you can do whatever you want to with these bodies. I mean, I kind of agree with it. It's like, these bodies they just vehicles. They just vehicles for your light body. So essentially, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do with this body. You can do whatever it is that you imagine. People tatting their eyes black. People cutting their tongues in half. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever it is you want to. I agree with that. But at the same time, when you start to do that, now people start questioning, like, I can be a rabbit, I can be a dog, and that's what they bringing in. That's where they start bringing in the agenda. How can I put this? Once you start getting comfortable with, not being in your natural polarity or your masculine and feminine energy, and it starts to disrupt your hormones, it starts to disrupt your hormones. Now you're not thinking right, you feel me? You don't have control of your emotions, which is one of the key things to escape this matrix. Is you have to master your emotions. You have to master time, and you have to master your emotions. So that knocks that off, you know what I'm saying, with chemically with your hormones. Then my fiance walking back into the room. You good, man? Okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna come back to that. So basically, they want the LGBTQ agenda is being linked in with the pedophilia agenda. They want to add that into the race. They want to add that into the mix. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. We're not about to talk about that. So Major, the female, um, Major is now the first human android, or supposedly she's supposed to be the first human android, but she wasn't. Later on in the movie, we find out that she wasn't. For those of y'all who didn't watch the movie, and this, by the way, this movie came out in like 2017. So if you ain't watch it, then you hearing the breakdown from me right now about it. Okay, so she is the new human. She wants to. They are basically subliminally planting in your mind that you have to transcend being human, what it is to be human, what it is to have a soul, what it is to have emotions. One of the first things in the movie that happened after she woke up, and they assimilated her consciousness into the android body, the first thing she said was, I can't. First of all, she was having trouble breathing, but she said, I cannot feel my body. That means you lost your 5 sense. You lost your ability to touch, to feel. You lost your emotions. She did have a soul, and that's what they call the ghost. But essentially, she lost her emotions, right? She lost one of her senses. But in return, she gained something else. See, that's the thing. Everything is a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Everything, you sacrifice everything through the law of reciprocity. Everything has to be in equal exchange. That's some type of alchemy that deals with alchemy, but yeah. So a little bit later on in the movie, after she couldn't feel her body, you know what I'm saying, she starts to complete these missions. The first mission, like literally within 5 minutes of the movie, there's like the black prime minister or ambassador or Africa or something like that. And he was talking to the I think he was like the chairman. He was one of the chairmen or something like that for this technology company called Hanaka or Hanka or something like that. It was like a Japanese company, and they were just talking it up. You know what I'm saying? He literally put his finger into like this device, right? And he transferred one of his thoughts directly into the other person, directly into the black man's mind. Now, this was especially symbolic for me and powerful because not only that he was black, but while they were having that conversation, he was saying, you know, my people, he said, my people, we embrace the technology, but we fear that we may lose our individuality. You feel me? Or that loss of soul. See, your individuality is a part of being human. That's what makes you great. That's what makes you unique. So why would you want to transcend being like that? See, it's the agenda again. They want to control your mind. If everybody is a robot, if everybody is an android, and she said that in a movie, I think her name was Dr. Ajule or something like that. She said every human, I wrote it down right here. She literally said, I found it. Okay, so the designer, Ajule, is I think she designed Major's mainframe, or her, they call it a shell, hinting at this is just a vehicle. Like, this flesh is not, we are not our flesh. You are a light being, essentially. For those of us who have a soul, you are consciousness inside of a body, simply put. Now, not everybody has a soul, but yeah, you are a light body inside of this vessel. It's like a lamp. They say the soul, they say the breath, the breath is the soul's flame. You feel me? Scratch that. They say your breath, your soul, or your breath, your spirit is your flame. You feel me? It's that life, it's that energy, it's that kindling fire within you. Your soul is burning. All right, so what particularly stood out the most for me in this part of the movie was not only that he said the black man, the melanated man, said that they embrace the technology. However, they are afraid that they will lose their individuality. Now, that's important because the beast wants you to lose your individuality. It's like the shepherd. It's just like the whole Jesus metaphor, you know what I'm saying? It's the shepherd. You cannot be a sheep. You cannot be a sheep. You cannot be a sheep because when you're a sheep, you easily influence. You see it everywhere with commercials. You see it with advertisement, all these subliminal messages everywhere. If you a sheep, you gonna get easily led up in that slaughterhouse and destroyed. It's just simple as that. Now, another reason why this is important, this movie stood out to me, is because of the technology itself. Now, we are all one consciousness. We all share one consciousness. The thing is, the technology, we have the ability to communicate telepathically. We already do that. When you have a partner and y'all are really close like this, y'all are having sex, y'all are sexually exchanging energy, y'all are connected. Like me and my partner, me and my fiance, we, you know what I'm saying, you think the same thing sometimes. Y'all, you know how that person feel, you know what that person thinking already. That's telepathy. We got those type of gifts and many others, but that's essentially what it is. Now, for those of y'all who think, why should I care about this, and why is he telling me this, why is Kari telling me this is why. Because it's here. It's here right now. 666 is here. It's being implemented right now as we speak. It's like, this is full effect. This is why I'm coming out and disseminating this information. You feel me? I've been on my journey for a good minute and I just observe. But now, it's now or never. It's now or never. It's here, and the beast really don't care. Like, he doing everything in his power to keep those from ascending with this new age movement, because we have to have discernment. Everything is deception. Just because everything that glitter ain't gold, you gotta understand. The people who trying to get out of the matrix, and my master teacher say this all the time. If you trying to get out, right? You trying to get out, they gonna wanna trap those people the most. So yeah, this technology, guys, this technology that we have is spiritual, but they want to make it external. Again, they want you to be transhuman. They want you to be transcending humanism. They want you to be greater than human. Hey, y'all do that if y'all want to. Next part of this movie though that I like was that I took some notes here. So when you lose your soul, you losing your emotions, which is a strong part of how we manifest. Whenever you do something with repetition, or it can either be trauma, or it could be anything that's repeated, or it makes a strong impact on you. That's how we get memories. That was another part of the movie. Her memories was glitching, and they implanted false memories inside of her head, because essentially the past don't exist anyways. The only thing that exists is right now in this moment. Me and my fiance, we noticed that inside the movie. It's like the past don't matter. So they implanted false memories into her head and have her thinking, you know what I'm saying, that they were the good guys, and that they did all type of stuff to make her feel like she was one of them. And actually, they were the villains technically in the movie, the people the government that she was working for. See, they telling you right there that you should not trust the government. Like, you gotta watch these movies. They didn't spend millions of dollars on these movies and millions of hours, like thousands of hours creating these movies and doing all of these effects just for it to be some bullshit. Like, you gotta open your eyes and have discernment, especially with things like that. So yeah, they want you to lose your divinity. They want you to lose your divinity because right now we're unlocking more light codes and DNA. We locking more DNA codes. The 12 strands of DNA, we're unlocking more dormant genetic codes so that we can ascend. See, and that's the thing. I'm gonna make this analogy with the movie, right? You can program something. Everything is programmed inside of your DNA. Everything is programmed inside of your DNA. How long you live, what color your skin is, how tall you gonna be, it's all already designed into your DNA. Even these gifts that we have, the gifts that we have like telepathy, you know what I'm saying? Even, man, man, get in tune, get in tune. But yeah, so they want to make this technology external instead of internal. I'm one of the ones I want, and I'm working on making this technology. I'm developing myself internally, if you get what I'm saying, and not externally. I'm not trying to say too much, but I want to give y'all the basis of this movie. This movie, Ghost in the Shell, and how it's connected to transhumanism. So I'm gonna stay on track. So they want you to lose your divinity. They want you to lose your individuality. They don't want you to feel emotion. And that kind of deals with society as a whole. I'm not really going to get into that, but over tantalizing your senses with things like porn, food, sugar, fat, fast food, all this stuff. Just come back natural. Be natural. Be natural. Somebody asked me, you know what I'm saying? He told me he was trying to be woke and stuff like that. I'm like, man, we all got the same consciousness, but just be natural. That's essentially like you already have it. You already are a God. You already are a light being with infinite power. Why do you want to be more than human? Really, you're going to be the opposite of that. It's like GMO food. You eating GMO food. You always on the phone. You're not present in the moment. You're not in the now. You're going to become something that's not present, that can take that GMO food, because our bodies is developed to eat natural food, organic food, not bullshit, not GMO, not high fructose corn syrup, not all that other bullshit. So they want to take away your uniqueness, which deals with your high morality and your standards, right? He said, I think one of the Japanese dudes in there, he was saying that one of our uniqueness is one of our virtues, which virtues means like your high morality. It's something of high standards or high morality. He said, your uniqueness as a virtue, when people figure that out, only then will they have peace. And that's true. Like once everybody just bees themselves, when everybody just can be themselves, this world will be a whole better place. They say, if you want to make change, start with yourself, and you can't change the world if you don't change yourself. You are the change. You become the change. So that reminds me kind of like COVID too. It's like everybody wearing masks. I wear mine just to blend in, like for cloaking purposes only. I don't like it because I get pet, like it's like a pet peeve, kind of like when I can't breathe. Not kind of, it is like something stopping me from breathing. I already got like a tight nose. I don't like that. But yeah, it's that herd. It's going back to that herd mentality. They want to take away your individuality. All right, let's move on. So that kind of reminded me of like the Saturn Jesus link. You know, Saturn or Jesus or Satan being the shepherd, right? That also deals with time. So yeah. So Dr. Jule, she also said that we cling, I already went over this, but she said we cling to memories, which is the past, because memories are things that you remember from the past. She said we cling to memories as if they define us, but they really don't. Like I already said, the now, being present in the now is what defines us. I could have did all type of stuff. I could have robbed somebody, killed somebody, or something like that yesterday, you feel me? But it's what I choose to do right now that defines me now. Don't take that too far. Like, obviously, if you got murder on your mind, then you doing some other stuff. But yeah. But it was real interesting too. I seen in the movie when she wanted to go into her memories, or she wanted to go hack. I think she was hacking one of the geisha bots on the movie. There was one of the antagonists. that she killed, and she went into their mainframe. Now, mind you, remember what I said, right? In the beginning, earlier on in the movie, she said to Major, which is the android, she said, "You are what everybody will be soon become." So they want everybody to be a mindless drone. And throughout the whole movie, they trying to control her anyway. They already implanted false memories into her head. But when she did that, it's funny because she went into the water. And I'm just gonna break this down. The water is the subconscious. That's the feminine. You know what I'm saying? That water represent that feminine energy of the subconscious mind and how powerful that feminine energy is. So she dove deep into the water, right? And that's actually when the designer said, "You're what everyone will become one day," which is a cybernetic robot. I just thought that was dope. So yeah. So what's their agenda, y'all? What's their agenda? Oh, their agenda is to control you with no barriers. They want to control you while you think you're not controlled. They want to control you. It's just like a horse, right? Or like a cattle. And they got all this land, right? And you driving past them on the street, and it's literally like a gate. It probably won't even be a whole fence there, just like a little gate, and the horse or the cow is like this tall. But they mind's conditioned that if that fence is right there, they can't get past that fence. That's what they want to do to you. That's what they want to do to me. They will not succeed. So they want to control you with no barriers. Secondly, they want to control you with the illusion of having freedom. But yeah, while they was erasing her memories though, she did something real powerful that I just thought I would also point out. She said, "I do not consent." Now that's powerful because everything is energy and everything is an exchange, and nobody, nothing, or no one in the universe is a victim. Nothing is, because everything is an exchange. You feel me? We are willing participants. That's why we have will as humans. That's also what they want to take away from you. They want to take away your willpower. That's that solar plexus. It's in your gut, that gut feeling you got. They want to take away your soul. It's also funny because that deals with the solar the solar plexus is that fire. Remember I said the soul is it's something like that. It's kind of confusing because I heard it so many places. Like, I'm doing a series on anime and breaking down all the esoteric symbols and the synchronicities in anime. So one in specific is Fire Force. I really like that one. I really like Fire Force. But they got something called the Adola Burst. But every time in the intro they say the soul, the breath is the body's flame, or the soul is the flame. Like, your breath is that flame. That's your spirit, right? Anyways, she commanded them though. She said, "I do not consent." So I thought that was powerful because you cannot be a victim. You know what I'm saying? You do not have to do whatever they tell you to do. You not have to do what everybody else does. That's just in general. They say get that COVID vaccination. Do it if you want to. Do it if you want to. But I thought that was powerful. She was saying, "I do not consent. I do not consent." It's just simply asserting your power, because your words have power. Your words are powerful. I do not consent. I'm not here for control. I love myself. I'm powerful. That's some affirmation that you gotta say to yourself. And I think that's pretty much it, y'all. I ain't want to make this video too long, but yeah. So in the end of the movie though, she ended up they don't want you to have a heart. Your heart is everything. We are here in the heart, experiencing our heart. My mentor broke this down But you know, when you pass, when you transition out of this flesh, or you give up the ghost in the shell, you give up the ghost, essentially, in the halls of a mentee. That's where you are either reborn, recycled into the matrix, or you transcend. See, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Life is about mastering time in this 3D, third density reality, or third dimension reality. You have to master time. You have to master 3D. What is that? Persons, places, and things. You got to master those three things, and also time. That's 4D. That's why they say we're coming into 4D, 5D. That's also DNA. That's your DNA unlocking. But yeah, they don't want you to have a heart, and they see the soul as a virus. They see that individuality, which is your soul, your expression, your unique light, your light, your light, your light. They don't want you to have that. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. That's the end of this video. Yeah. In the house of a mentee, you know what I'm saying, your heart is judged on the scale, and it has to be light as a feather, or the Father. Man, that's it, man. I hope y'all really like this video. Definitely subscribe, share this video. Tell your friends, tell your mama, your auntie, cousin, your brother. That's it, man. That's Ghost in the Shell and the transhumanism deception and the new age deception. You gotta be real keen. You gotta have real keen perception, and you gotta be watching out for these signs. Just watch out for the signs. Watch out for the patterns, because they there. They there. They don't want you to. They don't want you to be. They don't want you to have a heart. They don't want you to have individuality, and they want to get you comfortable with doing things to get you out of your body. In a sense, they want you to. They want you to do that. They want to control you. They want you to think. They want you to think you have freedom, the illusion of freedom and choices and options, like Democrats, Republicans, when they all work for the same government. They all work for the same government. They want you to think, you know what I'm saying, it's red or blue, left or right. But really it's just a one little rabbit hole trap, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's the end of this video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace, power, and light to y'all. Peace.